Hello again. Fire has completely destroyed a house in Ararat. Up to 9 CFA vehicles were called to a home on Bendigo Street just before 6 o'clock this morning. Fire crews remained on the scene for some time after the blaze was under control. The occupants were not home at the time and an investigator has been brought in to determine the cause. Women and girls living with endometriosis in Wollongong will soon have access to improved diagnosis, care and treatment after the Morrison government announced new specialised clinics. Endometriosis has a profound impact on around 1 in 9 women and girls. And Ballarat police are reminding locals to ensure homes and vehicles are locked after a number of burglaries over the weekend. Residents are urged to remain vigilant and ensure valuables aren't visible in the car. You can contact your local police station or Crime Stoppers if you notice any suspicious activity. Hello again. A 46-year-old driver has been caught speeding while on drugs near Kerang. Swan Hill Highway Patrol caught a vehicle travelling more than 165 kilometres an hour on the Leachville-Kerang Road in Macorner North. The vehicle was intercepted and the driver returned a positive result for methamphetamine and MDMA after conducting an oral fluid test. He's expected to appear in court on summons at a later date. And Flourish has been selected as the theme for this year's Bendigo Writers Festival. It will run from the 12th to the 15th of May and feature over 100 presenters and 70 events. The program will cover all kinds of conversations about what it takes to get the best out of life. Most of the events are live and in person at Bendigo's theatre facilities in the heart of the city. You can view the full program on the Bendigo Council website. A sunny day in Echuca tomorrow. Good evening. Some of Canberra's most used roads are said to get a multi-million-dollar upgrade. The federal government will be investing $51 million and more than 80% of the funding will go towards duplicating Athlon Drive, helping more than 14,000 vehicles have a faster journey. The funding announcement comes on the eve of the 2022 federal budget. Thousands of homes across Canberra's inner north were in the dark this morning following a sudden and unexpected power outage. The outage also caused traffic chaos around Braddon, Dixon and Lynham, with a number of traffic lights off. More than 1,200 homes had regained their power by 3 this afternoon. And Canberrans have been invited to have their say on upgrades coming to the Tuggeranong foreshore. Improvements could include planting more trees and building more playgrounds and parking. 23 degrees, the chance of showers for Queanbeyan tomorrow. We'll have more local news tomorrow night. Good evening. 9 Gippsland towns will soon be accessing the internet at faster rates. Over the next 2 years, NBN upgrades will see the speed jump to 1 gigabite per second, 10 times faster than it currently is. Sale, Traralgon and Warragul are just some of the towns set to benefit from the boost. It's part of the $550 million Connecting Victoria program. A $900,000 upgrade is coming to the McNairn Road pedestrian crossing in Latrobe. Locals shared their approval of the upgrade on social media, claiming the current crossing is dangerous and needs immediate fixing. The funding comes after years of community campaigning. And there's been fresh appeals to help locate this missing Gippsland man named Grant. The 51-year-old was last seen at a service station on Falls Road in Fish Creek on Sunday, the 20th of March. He was riding a black motorcycle. If you have any information, contact Wonthaggi Police. Good evening. The 22-year-old man who is accused of stabbing young mother Mackenzie Anderson to death in Newcastle has been charged with murder. Tyrone Thompson was discharged from hospital this morning before fronting court, where he was also refused bail. Police found Ms Anderson outside her Mayfield home on Friday night with multiple stab wounds. If you or someone you know has been impacted by domestic violence, call 1-800-RESPECT. The federal government has promised a faster train trip from Sydney to Newcastle with $1 billion to be announced in tomorrow's budget. The funding will go towards duplicating a section of track between Wyong and Tuggerah, allowing faster express services to overtake slower passenger and freight trains. And another person has died with COVID-19 on the Central Coast. They are the 4th death for the region in less than a week. The coast recorded more than 1,700 new cases. Good evening. Liberal candidate for Gilmore, Andrew Constance, has welcomed the federal government's additional $352 million for the Milton-Ulladulla bypass. Mr Constance says the funding will help reduce travel times while making local roads safer. The project is expected to create more than 2,000 jobs. Meanwhile, almost $3 million from the state government will go towards providing accommodation for those sleeping rough. The Together Home Transition program will deliver 10 social housing properties in the region. Southern Cross Housing says the project is a welcome relief for those doing it tough. And the Illawarra Hawks have knocked off ladder leaders Melbourne United by 15 points in the NBL. The Hawks have now won 6 of their last 7 games and are a step closer to a semi-final berth. They'll line up against United again on Saturday, who will be out to secure the minor premiership. Good night.